God, that is hot. I don't want the internet to bully me anymore. I just want a wide receiver. And he's gonna run it deep out of the end zone here. And he breaks free! They beat the Dallas Cowboys! You were twerking in that lighthouse. Dirty one.
Jimmy just stepped out. He stepped up and back at the end zone. And he threw a pick. Oh my God.
He still messed it up.
Oh, we still here.
It's caught! It's a touchdown! Card!
Please not Jefferson Valley.
No! Yes! And there's cars everywhere! It is so bright. We raised $500,000. We have hit 400K! Half a freaking fracking million people. Touchdown! Jordan Love and Christian Watson!
It's frickin' frackin' time.
We back, baby. Grossi, Posse, Packer! Nation, welcome to an episode of Podcast, a podcast where you don't have your Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom. I did it! I went on vacation like a real boy! But now it's time to go back to work and it's the draft time. Grossi! Oh, baby, it's frickin' frackin' Friday night. I miss this. How we frickin' frackin' doing? It feels weird. I feel somewhat rejuvenated. Still tired, but rejuvenated. Yeah, I got away from it and it was, we got all the stories. We got all the stories. It's gonna be a jam-packed Friday night Q&A. So just you wait. Just you wait. Hope everybody's doing well. All right, why not 20? Tom, welcome back from vacation. Hope you feel recharged. From a Lions fan to a Packers fan, I wish you good luck in the NFL draft next week. May the best NFC North team not get fleeced. Yes. Yeah. Wait a minute. What the hell is this? What is it? Now you could thumbs up super chats now? What the heck? What's going on? I leave for 1 week, and YouTube has got thumbs up now for super... Okay. I don't know what that is. But I do know this. We got the return of the puppy! Sinclair missed me greatly. If you could not tell, she missed me greatly. Puppy is so happy right now. Is so content. Right, the babies? Oh, yeah, puppy. You want to go upstairs? Okay. All right. Go ahead. Go, then. What the... I don't know what you're complaining about, then. Okay. I don't know what you're complaining about. I don't know. I tried. Yes, Oren, I'm sure the Detroit Lions will steal someone that I want the Packers to draft, but, you know, at this point, it's just part of it. Tristan, welcome back, you beautiful man. What's going on, Tristan? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Oh, baby. Yeah, I got stories. It was crazy. I got back a few hours ago, and I unpacked a whole suitcase already, and laundry is being done because there's a lot of laundry that needs to be done. It was a crazy time. It was the greatest vacation I ever went on, by far. And yes, it's nuts. It's nuts. But we're here. We are here. And hold on, I want to make sure I don't miss nothing. I think somebody donated a fee. Hold on one second. What's going on here? Hold on one second. Yeah, Logan! What up, Fee? Boop! For the kitty! Glad to see you back, Tom Fish. My own trip into the land of the purple incarnation of Satan. But it turned out great. The college I toured with, which Small's very nice, great staff. Should be starting in the spring next year. Hey, let's go, Logan! Congratulations. Listen. A little bit of identity crisis there in Iceland. You know, I know it's the land of the Vikings, and the Vikings specifically the Minnesota Vikings, are the purple incarnation of Satan. The other Vikings, historically, just as a history teacher, I'm sure they never did anything wrong, at least not as wrong as the Minnesota Vikings, but I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed it so much. My second time ever in Iceland, and it was a trip. It was a fracking trip, but we're back. We're back now, and congratulations. That's freaking awesome, Logan. Josh, what a fire. Welcome back, Tom. Did you complete the sacrifice and chuck Joe Barry's defensive playbook into the volcano? It is gone. It is done. It shall no longer harm or haunt anyone ever again. Except maybe the people of Iceland. I'm so sorry. But if Preston Smith ever comes to visit, he's going to be covering a wide receiver. I'm sorry. What? There's so many things to get used to now. There's thumbs up on super chats now. I don't know. HV3 with a tenner. Tom, no, you're not going to be in Detroit for the draft. Was wondering how many of the Grossi Nation are going to be there. Can't wait. Ooh, I hear there's going to be a good amount of people. From the Posse in Detroit. So, hey, yeah, let's go. I'm super excited for Detroit too. The city is going to knock it out of the park, and I'm really excited to see like what the layout looks like, how they actually do it. I think the presentation is gonna be awesome. So yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome. And yeah, draft fracking less than a week. Crazy times coming up. Tom boy, welcome back, Tom. Not ready for the collusion Thursday. It's always the collusion. And it's always the Packers getting colluded with. And one guy with a fire, Tom. I am back. I am. Also, the Packers need to do on defense that none of the teams in the North do all the time. Do for the all-time division team. Ooh. What do the Packers do on defense that none of the other teams in the North do all the time? Do for the all-time. I mean, listen, they got Charles Woodson. No one else NFC North team got that. Hey. Also, can our linebackers cover Justin Jefferson? No, but we try, and that's what makes the Packers unique. Mostar, we here for 5 months. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It's going to be an all-timer. Sean, so is the draft, give me DeJean or give me Mims? Give me DeJean! Yeah, that'd be cool to get DeJean. I'm not sold that he's going to be there by the time the Packers pick, but we'll see. K-Chen, welcome back, sir. Hope you had fun. How much cost a vacation in Iceland? How doable is a first-time solo travelers always wanted to go? So it depends on what kind of trip you want to do. So I think, again, this is the second time I've been to Iceland. The first time was 7 years ago, literally to the date. But it is expensive just because to get there is not that bad. Like now they have like Icelandic Air or Play, and it's like relatively cheap to fly over there. But because it's an island, everything on the island is expensive. So you could do it one of two ways. You could do it of like, just getting some hotels, all that great, wonderful stuff. But you could also just like rent a car and stay at some like Airbnbs and things like that. And it's very, very doable. It's super easy to drive because there's only so many roads unless you start counting the F roads, which you're probably not going to drive on anyway, especially during this time of the year. But yeah, no, there's one main road that goes around the entire island. And yeah, it's super doable and it's super drivable country. So yeah, if that'd be a good place to go. It'd be a good place to start. Trivial, welcome to the Posse. Appreciate you. Team went up, Philly! Boop, for the kitty. They do not drive the wrong way. They do not. No. What a week last night. New threads dropped. The black one. Oh, I saw the blue lids and the black light. Oh, dude, it is. I will say, Lions, New Jerseys. Well done. I saw those get unveiled. Yeah, nice little shout out to the little throwback action, the days of Barry Sanders. And yeah, those black unis, whoo, looking good. Draft gonna be down there for night one. May drop into the stream to give updates, and Tom is back from a well-deserved vacation. Hey, I appreciate you, Terry. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Those unis look real damn good. So also, Eminem is doing commercials now with Roger Goodell to hype up the draft in Detroit. I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know. But hell yeah, enjoy that. Enjoy the draft. Stern, welcome back, Tom. YouTube sucked without you. Hope it was fun. Don't ever do it again. Listen, at least there was content every day. I tried. Also, we need to have a serious talk. So, as you know, I went on vacation, and there's going to be some. Well, I shouldn't even say there's going to be some. There are already changes. Last week, I recorded a video titled Every Tom Grossi Reaction. And it was during this time that I finally I pointed out the red spot. That's right above the wrongly colored outlet. And apparently, while I was gone, Papa Grossi saw that video, was unaware of the red spot, and he painted over it. So there's no more red spot. It's not that I'm upset that it's gone. It's just, I never had a chance to say goodbye. And listen, for as long as I breathe, that outlet will not change colors, okay? It will still be off. I never found out what that red spot was. I tried to clean it off many times because I saw all the comments for the past 4 years about the spot. I had people in the subreddit saying I found the exact day when the spot appeared. Still don't remember how it happened, but just wanted to have a moment to acknowledge the red spot. May it live forever in our hearts. May it forever live in our hearts. Eli would have fired Tom. Too early to sink my life savings into the Packers plus 2,000 win the Super Bowl. JK, of course, and that's of course that's the safest bet you could possibly make. Of course. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do your life savings. Don't do that. But easy. Vader with a fiver. Just got appendicitis on Monday. So while I heal up, I asked, what do you think of the 49ers doing the draft? Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. I would imagine D-line and secondary are going to probably get looked at the most. Yeah, I probably definitely, Armstead's gone. That secondary still could be a little bit better. So I imagine that is what they're going to look at in the draft. Ghost with 10. Week 8 final score. Vikings 29. Packers 6. Oh, this is not great. Love sprained his right wrist in the first quarter because of that. Clifford was in, but he sacked 6 times and threw a pick 6. I come back and the Vikings are still winning. Why is this? Why is this a thing? Why? Simon the Terror, where were you on vacation? Did your bank have a branch there? Love you from a Lions fan. So, don't worry. The vitamins have been popped. Because I am exhausted. Vitamins have been popped. And I'm going to tell you everything that happened. Because there was also a fan from Detroit who was a fan of me that happened to be on the snorkeling tour that I was doing. Because that's it. But also a Packers fan. Shout out to Drew. Oh, yeah. Bye. Welcome back, Tom. I hope you had fun on your vacation. Oh, I did. Justin Whittaker, welcome back, Tom. Hope you enjoyed vacation. Bears Vikings didn't ruin your vacation. It was my Eagles Davante Adams extension. Thoughts on it? Happy it was done before everyone. Yeah, I think that this was smart from the Eagles just because you're going to see a bunch of receivers get huge paydays, right? Like Justin Jefferson's going to get a ton of money. CeeDee Lamb's going to get a bunch of money at some point. And I think for them to get Devontae Smith done now, it's going to just wind up saving them some money in the future. And I think, regardless of whatever happens with A.J. Brown in the near future, Smith is like that guy. I think he's proven it. So it's smart to lock him up. It is. Sam, Iceland was beautiful. I loved it. Den, welcome back, Tom. Vacation looked amazing, but selfishly glad to see you back. Keep rocking. Oh, now it's time to work. Now it's time to work. John, thanks for gifting a membership. Appreciate you. Gods with Fires. Got back yesterday from an LV Cali vacation myself. Still exhausted. Also don't know how I feel about the Dobbins signing. Listen, first of all, welcome back. Second of all, it's good as long as he's healthy. If he's healthy, then I think it's a really good signing. He just has to be healthy. Yamo with Terror. How's your trip, Tom? Did you bring back any molten rock? No molten rock, but I did bring back some black sand as Rachel requested, so I did bring back some. Don't you worry, got some of that. And the trip was incredible. It was literally the best vacation I've ever gone in my life. And yeah, wait for the vitamins to kick in, and don't worry, we'll start the stories. Come on now. Tanya, glad you got away and had a great vacation. Glad to have you back. Tell us all about it. Oh, I'm gonna kitty goes meow. I got stories upon stories upon stories upon stories. It's gonna be an all-timer. Callie, welcome back, Tom, for an amazing vacation. I appreciate you. Thank you. John, gifted another membership. Neo with a Terror, welcome back, Tom. While your vacation is ended, I'm packing up for my own trip. Less than 19 hours, I'll be on a plane to Japan for 2 weeks. Oh, hell yeah, let's go. Listen, it's on the list. It is on the list. Would love to go to Japan. But that would also, like, I feel like what you're doing is the smart thing. You got to do like 2 weeks. It's got to be at least 2 weeks. And that's how I always felt about New Zealand, because New Zealand has been, for the past like decade, my number one place I want to go. 1, it's expensive as hell. 2, the plane ride there is cajillion hours. And so because of that, I'm like, I don't want to just go for a week. I'd have to go for 2 weeks. So enjoy Japan. I hope it's amazing. Everyone I know that has gone has said incredible things. So enjoy it. Love it. Hell yeah. Let's go. I know. Papa Grossi, red spot. I know. Super Ornate Fire. I don't really watch your show, but I like it. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Nick, what up, Fitty? Boop. For the kitty. Welcome back, Tom. Did you tour any lighthouses while in Iceland? It's funny you say that because there were at least those lighthouses. They were very small and yellow, but they were lighthouses nonetheless. And I can only imagine the twerking going on in those lighthouses. Did I also sing Lighthouse, or did I go, you were twerking when I saw them? You're damn right I did. You're damn right I did. And yes, there were a good amount of lighthouses. There were a good amount. Yeah, because there was 2 there. I think there was at least 3 I saw. At least 3. Wasn't allowed to twerk on them, though, which was just disappointing. Wookie, Tom, pictures from Iceland were awesome. Hope you had a great time and a refreshing vacay. How's the jet lag, by the way? It's okay. It's all right. I'm surviving. It was only 4 hours ahead, so it's not like a significant difference. I'm just tired because there was really only like 1 day, how do I put this, of like relaxation. Because, bro, I was like hiking every other day. I was so happy. I went on so many hikes. My knees hated me. I have a bruise on my upper thigh that literally looks like Pangea. And I would show it to you, but you would all be blinded. And, but, you know, we'll wait. We'll open a beer or two and we'll see what happens. But, I mean, this thing, that happened on day, on. We won't get into story time just yet. Day 1, though, day 1. Because here's how I plan this out, right? Flight was at like 11:50 at night, overnight. Then I'm going to start off the day at the Sky Lagoon, right? Going to get into a, I know that one's man-made. I usually go to the natural ones, but I heard really good things about the Sky Lagoon. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to go. I'm going to do this. Dip into the waters. I was like, oh, this is pretty nice. It's like 10:30 in the morning. I'm like, this is pretty damn solid. Then I was like, all right, got my phone. I took that pic and I was like, hey, and then I was like, you know what? This is not going to be really a phone vacation, you know, except for pictures and stuff. I'm going to go put my phone back into the locker. Well, I was punished because I was looking down at my phone instead of looking in front of me, and I walked right into a rock shelf and smashed my shin so badly on the first day that I literally went, oh, and my phone got wet. I couldn't charge it for a few hours because it kept yelling at me that there was water in the charger port. And it hurt so that it turned black and blue immediately. I had a lump on my leg. And this was maybe an hour and a half into the country. So that's how the trip started. And I just got the crap beaten out of me a good amount for the rest of it. But I loved every second of it. Oh my God, it was amazing. It was so amazing. But yeah, no, beat the crap out of myself. Brian, good to see you back, Tom. If anyone deserves a break, it was you. I appreciate you. But now I have it. So now I can never complain again. That's it. That's it. I'll see you in another 6 years. Gods with a fire, Luke Skywalker voice. No! That's impossible. I know, the red spot. Gone but never forgotten. Stephanie, with a fire. Glad vacation is finally checked off the list. Next up, buying a house. Yeah, that is next on the list. Well, when it will happen? Hopefully sooner than 5 years. Eli Tour, moment of silence for the red spot. It's true. Bees, good riddance to the red spot. Made me think my screen was dirty nonstop. A red stop. Red spot hater? All right, so I see a civil war brewing. Team red spot. Team not red spot. I didn't find a better name for the other one. Daniel, for 42 months. Let's go, baby. Come on now. Come here. Say with a $5. Hope Iceland was great. Can't wait for more draft content. Packers try and get a D tackle. Also, we should have a white helmet. All white, go hard. Ooh. Be interesting. It would be interesting. I agree. Yeah, I imagine they're going to address D-line at some point. Probably maybe like day 2 or 3. Monk with a fire. We're going to get an OJ video. By the way, I never noticed the red spot till you mentioned it. Now I see it in all the videos. And now it's gone. Did it ever really exist? And no, I'm not doing an OJ video. No. That's... No. One guy with a fire. Tom, did you hear about the Brazil stadium ban on the color green? I did, because their rivals wear green. I did. And now they're having the Packers and Eagles play there. AAA with a tour. Time for our weekly Grossi crotch drop. Break it down. Come on now. Come on. Break it down. Break it down. Diego with a fire. Tom, welcome back. Really don't want the Packers to get Amarius Mims in the first round for Graham Barton, his OL first round pick. I prefer Barton as well. Because Mims is getting picked again for potential, but there's concerns with injuries and stuff. But Barton, I think, can play all over the line, and his versatility would be awesome. Gannon with a fire. Hope you have an amazing day, Tom. Just wanted to ask if you're watching SmackDown tonight, how he might return today. I'm having it DVR'd. I'm going to try to DVR. I think I DVR'd it. Pretty sure I did. DVRing it, so while I'm doing this. But I did get a little bit of SmackDown, like just some highlights while I was gone. Just a tour. And other news, the Coyotes are moving to Utah. Oh, is it Utah? Okay. All right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, I saw that it was a little sad. A little sad that they left, but hopefully their new home will be even better. Hopefully. Charlie, welcome back, Tom. Almost time for football. What do you think of Titans picks? I mean, the Titans are just a weird team right now because we need to see if Levis is the guy, right? So I imagine you're going to go and try and draft some weapons for him because they definitely need some more weapons. I mean, they got Ridley, which I like. Paid a lot for him, though. Hopkins, this is probably I think this is the last year of his deal. If not, it's coming up really soon. So, yeah, I would think they'd probably draft another receiver at some point, too. Maybe another O-lineman. Hey, Packers got a former Titan O-liner, too. So, we'll see if we can make that work. But, yeah, Titans are interesting. They'll still have a good defense, but their division's going to be better this year. So, it's going to be tough to compete. Ghost with fire. Week 9 at Lambeau against the Los Angeles Rams, whose record isn't very good either. We got this. Justin touring a Davante Smith video? No. It's just an extension, too. Yeah, no. And plus, I was gone. It's too late now. Funky, Tom, welcome home. Now tell us about how mediocre DC comedies are going to be next year. I think there's potential that they're only slightly mediocre. It depends on what they do at QB, of course. Yeah, it's going to see if QB works out. But they also need to address offensive line even more so still. So I think right now, even mediocrity, it's going to be better than what it was. Birthday tour, show the damn bruise. It's, yeah, I'll show you Pangea later. I'll show you. David Fire, welcome back, Tom. Hope you had fun on vacation. We missed you. Missed you too. Doug with a 10. Welcome back for your much-needed vacation time. Want to get your take on the commander strategy. I have 22 prospects at Top Golf with top QBs. JD's agent was displeased on Twitter. I think it's really funny. I think, honestly, it's really funny. Listen, if there was a time that proved either the draft needs to be earlier or, like, we need to do something about free agents, if something needs to happen, this past, like, week and a half or 2 weeks has been so inconsequential for the draft, and I think everybody has just talked, and this happened a lot last year, too. The draft is so, like, talked into the ground that we're talking about everything else. So, yeah, no, I think it's just time for the draft to actually happen. And it's next week. So, that's great. Jack with fire. Welcome back, Tom. Can you do an entire video that happens between Tom and Grossi in the intro? I think I've done that. I'm pretty sure I've done that before. I need the folks to go back into the archives here. I'm pretty sure I've done that. I'm like 99% sure. At one point, I was like, Tom and I didn't finish the Grossi, and I recorded like it was a news video or something, and then I said Grossi at the end. I think I did that. I give it a fire. Tom, I need to take another vacation. Just saw the Fallout series, and I need to catch up on other shows. Please and thank you. I heard, so I actually downloaded it on my phone for when I was heading over there, and then I just never watched it. But I heard it was really, really good, and I'm super duper excited. Like, I want to check it out, and I'm very happy to hear it's good. Ophio at a 5. Oh, Jar Talk, welcome back. A beer, please, in Icelandic. Oh my gosh, yes, give me a beer. I need a beer. No, we're gonna do this right now. Oh no, I'm hydrated. Time to have beer. Robert Turret, GA blood pudding in Iceland. No, I didn't. I did not have it. No. Cecilia winner! Oh no! Boop, boop. Saying, welcome back, Tom. Glad you enjoyed your vacation. Congrats on that wrestling video for breaking over 1 million views. Did you hear the news about Rhea Ripley? Yes! First, Cecilia. And again, a huge shout out and thank you for... Still have it. Appreciate you. Yeah. So that video got over 3 million views. God, I wish it was monetized. But yeah, that got 3 million views and like 5,000 new subscribers. So that's pretty nuts. It also taught me a lot of lessons, that video, because by far that video was ripped from me so many times. And I don't really care about other platforms. It is what it is. Just on YouTube. But it taught me some important lessons. So I'm glad to have that. But yeah, it was really cool. I've been thinking about doing wrestling stuff for a while. And obviously, like, during the season, it's pretty difficult. But yeah, I think that's something that I'm going to be doing more of in the future. So that was cool to see. It was. Appreciate you, Seal. Hope you're doing well. Real! Oh, now it went away. Come on. Tom Mason being Damascus allegations now. Oh, no. No. Good. Vegan with tour. I ate Impossible Burger before the stream. How was it? I'm more of a Beyond Burger if I'm going with one of those burgers myself. But Brandon, welcome back. My leg is doing much better. Scar is about gone after 5 months of healing. Let's freaking frack and go. 21 members! 21 months as a member of the glorious Grossi Posse. Hey, let's go. That leg is feeling better. Rocking and rolling. Come on now. Let's get it. Who am I excited to play this year? I want to see CJ Stroud versus Jordan Love. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. Grandpa Cardinal. Great. Coyotes leaving. The Cardinals are back to being the saddest franchise in the Valley. Mr. Tom, glad your trip was awesome. Send love. Hey, appreciate you, Grandpa Cardinal. And yes. Come on now. Stump with a fiver. How worried are you the Bears next year with the 1st and 9th pick? Please let them pick bad. I'm not. Listen, I think Caleb's going to be fine. This year, I'm not entirely worried about him because I want to see how they actually perform. So yeah, it's kind of just, and I think this is valid. Even Bears fans will agree with this. You got to show me that you can do it. Until then, Funky Tour Tom. Just glad to have you back home. DC is pain. It's all pain. Bearded. Welcome to the Posse. Altia, hope you had a good vacation, Tom. Can't wait for all the draft madness. I know. It feels crazy that it's next week. I'm super pumped though. Oh, I'll spend the weekend to get right, and the draft content is gonna be pumping. Ghost with a fire. You know, NFL teams, the Minnesota Vikings. NBA teams, the Milwaukee Bucks. I'll always be that way forever. Fear the deer. Fear the deer. Also, Giannis injured. Why can't we have nice things? I just want to go to a Bucks playoff game. Why? Trivia, what up, fitting? For the kitty, Tom. Did you meet Bjork? No, just miss Bjork. This much. And who are your top 3 players for the Packers to pick? Lions Den is watching your stream and planning their collusion. Let's make it 3 years in a row. Seriously, love your content. Respect from a Lions fan of 50 years. Hey, appreciate your trivia. Mentioned before, Graham Barton, I really like. Would be super cool. Cooper DeJean would definitely be dope. Mitchell's going to be gone. Quentin Mitchell would be really, really cool. But yeah, those are be my 2 guys right this second that I'm like, yeah, that'd be real cool. But I will say, whoever winds up picking Ray Davis, I'm going to be upset. I am. Unless it's the Packers. And I swear, if the mother loving, if it's the Lions, first of all, y'all don't need another running back. Second of all, if it goes to a division rival after that, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy. See. Jonathan with a door saying can't wait for Osprey versus Bryan Sunday. I am clearing my Sunday night schedule because I will be seated and I will be watching. Oh, yes. Pat, welcome back. Hope you had a great time. Draft-wise, I'm at peace with taking a lineman in the first round. We can't get too Amanda Riches, can we? Also, Iceland has a police unit called the Viking Squad. There you go. Yeah, no, I'd be cool with a lineman at this point. Apollo's what if tour, who's going to win, Strickland or Joe? See, here's where I'm at. I think this Swerve should get it. I mean, he's just so over right now. Put the belt on him. I'm imagining they're going to put it on Osprey sooner rather than later. And while, it's not a huge run, you give, Swerve 4 months with the title, see what he could do with it. Then you have Osprey win it all in. I think you win. Exactly, Pizzle. Whose house? Swerve's house. Applesauce with Terror. Bears fan here. Roster looking at 24 Mustang, but driven by a chimp. just keeps on ripping the steering wheel off. Tim, clickbait punishment for Scooter, has to play the Dallas part in the If the NFL Was Scripted, and he has to read it just as you write it. Oh, I'd have fun with that. I'd have fun with that one. All right, pretty good. Tower to fire. Tom, see anything about the thing in Iceland? You know, the thing? The thing? Not too much about the thing. THC, schedule looks like it's going to be insane with all these cool matchups. Hopefully most of them are in prime time. Scorch, welcome back, Tom. Hope you had a great vacay. I did. Sammy with a fire. Welcome back, Tom. Hope you had a great vacation. Random question. As a dog owner, who's your number one dog walker pet peeve? That's a good question. So, I would say number one is people who don't leash their dogs, who need to leash their dogs. That's happened a few times, even on the block that I live on. Yeah, like the dog is just like runs up. Like there's plenty of times I'm like, oh my God, like am I gonna have to like drop kick a dog? And I love a dog. Like I had to pick Sinclair up because like there's a snarling dog like at my knees. Yeah. If I have like Dash and Sinclair and like dogs like running up, it's just like, hey, like it's cool. Like you have your dog off leash, but like have him with a fence or something like that. That is, yeah, by far the worst. Right, Joe? With a fire. Yesterday, learned that Casey has a minor league hockey team called the Mavericks, and they are affiliated with the Seattle Kraken. The more you know. The more you know. And knowing is half the battle. Red Rhino, welcome to the Posse. Race with a tour. Writes on thoughts on Detroit's uniforms. I really like them. I do like them. I don't know if I love the, looks like the dots are like there's the circular holes in the numbers, but the block numbers are so much better. Spencer at Fire, looking forward to your draft coverage. Going to try to watch all the clickbait guys' live reactions to their team's pick this year. Oh, it's going to be fun. The draft is legit one of the best times of the year. One of the best times of the year on this channel. So, I'm very excited. You know what else I'm excited for? It's been a while. Ladies and gentlemen, let's rouse. Let's rouse. Come on now. Come on now. Preferred, yeah, it's a throwback. Yes. Alex, what up, Benny? Boop, for the kitty. Glad you're back at home, Tom. I'm sure your trip to Iceland was magnificent. Sorry to hear about the red spot. It was a neat, quirky little spot. Also, do you have an over-under for in-draft trades next week? Not now, maybe by next Thursday. Ooh. I think we're going to see 3 trades on the first night. I'd set it at like 3. I think it'd be like maybe a little over, but yeah. I'm setting it at 3 right now. I think there's going to be maybe like 1 before next Thursday. That's going to be like super big because we're still rating on the Vikings, which, by the way, thank you, Vikings, for not trading while I was away. That was nice of you. Which means something worse is coming. Because obviously, the Minnesota Vikings run their organization just to make me cry. That's why you got Brett Favre. That's why you got Aaron Jones. I see you. I see you. But yeah, Alex, I think there's going to be a good. I know, thanking the Vikings. That's it. I was in Iceland too long. It was too long. Nick with a fire. So for the inevitable collusion, which team would be trading with the Lions so they could draft insert player Tom wants here? My money's on the Cowboys. Ooh. Report is eligible to trade. I like that. That would suck. Robert, do you see the Jets' new uniforms? I saw them. I didn't get a good look at them. Let's see. I honestly didn't. I got I saw more of the Lions. Okay. Hold on. There's one of them I like. Why are there so many pictures? Okay. This one of Sauce Gardner's pretty clean. I'm curious to see. They're I don't like that one. Okay, that one I don't like. With the white pants there. Green ones, okay. Alright, that's alright. Okay, I had to see them being played. But I'm not, first glance, I'm not over the top about them. Joe at Fire, Tom Grossi really travel. There isn't some kind of bodily harm. Bruised in Buffalo, COVID in Vegas, bruised in Iceland. Welcome back. I mean, these are just facts. These are just facts. David Terror, welcome back again to the man, the myth, the legend, the NFL fan of the year, and Mr. Teleporter Tom Grossi. What are you going to be streaming draft weekend, first 2 days only? Yeah, so I always stream Thursday night. Well, I take that back. Actually, I'm going to be streaming every single day next week besides Sunday. Monday's GPS, of course. Tuesday, I'm going to be doing members Q&A. Wednesday, it's a night of too many mock drafts, which is one of my favorite streams of the year, where it just gets crazier and crazier, and we just draft everybody. Thursday, of course, is the whole night one. Then there's going to be reactions that are going to come out that night, breakdowns on stuff like that. Then night two, streaming that. I do GPS, every NFL fan's reaction to round one. Then it's going to be streaming rounds 2 and 3. Put out reactions for that, kind of who the Packers draft. And then Saturday, I don't stream because it's such a long day. And at that point, like, I've exhausted all of my draft knowledge. And so I just put out videos like for every Packers pick. So I'll be spending that. So there'll be like 6 or 7 videos. Maybe I'll stream on Saturday just to recap after that. And then Sunday will be every NFL fan's reaction to the draft. So that's what the week looks like. So, oh yeah, it's draft week, baby. It is draft week. Ghost with Fire. Thought it's the same for Giannis. I think it's the Perna curse. It probably is. Probably is, honestly. Race with the tour. Waiting for the branch moan for Green Bay. Can't wait. Funkier tour. Moscato. Nebula finally came back out. She was like, oh, hey, Dad. Good, sir. Tim with the tour. I think the Cowboys all in. I think they forgot what that meant. Going with the tour. Hockey to Utah is not my 24 bingo card. Yeah, apparently that's what they're doing now. That's what the kids are doing. That's what they say. All right, we roused this for long enough. Let's pour. It's been a while since we had some Allagash White. There it is. Boom. All right, we're good. Things are kicking in. I also missed streaming. Did I also think about, as things were happening, I was like, oh man, this is going to be crazy on Q&A when I come back. That's going to be nuts. Matt with they fire. Welcome back, Tom. When are you making another trip to KC? Could set up a flyover and a plane of Arrowhead for you. And as always, go pack, go. Hey, let's go. I hope sometime soon. Yeah, I don't have a tentative plan right this second because while the draft is next week, the announcement is always next week. So, also, this will be a time. Just wait for Thursday night, baby. Lifeless with fire. Hey there. Questioning if I should go back to college in the fall. Well, good thing that's a long time from now, but take the time you need to actually consider it. Do pros and cons lists. What are you going to do otherwise? Could not be for you. Could be for you. I hated my freshman year, went back sophomore year, and I loved it. So, could be that too. I get it. Just got to think about it and do what's best for you. Ryan, welcome back. Hope you had a great trip. Love the photos. Looking forward to the draft. My thoughts exactly. Gods with fire. You're going to Iceland again on your next vacation of 5 years. Bold of you. To think I'll take another one in 5 years. I 100% need to go back to Iceland again. I love Iceland. Yeah. I loved it the first time I went 7 years ago, and I thought about it every single year since. And I went back, and it just like really reaffirmed my love for that country. I love it so much. And I'm still trying to get the Minnesota Vikings back there. And I know where I'm going to send them, right into that active volcano. I looked right into the heart of hell, and I said, I hear the horn. Then with they fire, kid you not, my internet, which is normally great, crashed momentarily when Tom thanked the Vikings. I'm telling you. It's Joe to fire. Tom, make sure you bottle the Perna Broncos tears when the Raiders trade up and snatch Jaden Daniels. Save me a bottle. Oh, if you do that, oh my God. Funky Tour. Share my sweet kitty that I shared on X. Oh, hold on 1 second. What you got? Okay, honestly, but oh, so this was another thing. This picture, that picture reminds me of another gato, as we're slowly going to start getting into storytelling time now. I went to a gato cafe, a cat cafe in Iceland. It was marvelous. There was a 14-year-old cat there. So sweet. And they could be adopted. Oh, it was so sweet. It was so sweet. Tim, welcome to the Posse. Coach with Terry for Rachel. Kansas City Mavericks, the Kraken's ECHL affiliate, finished with the best record in the league, and they're up 2-0 in their playoff series. They're affiliated with the greatest hockey team ever, the Seattle Kraken. Of course they're going to find success. Come on now. Grandpa Card Notifier. Think the card should draft MHJ or trade with the Vikings stockpile picks. Vikings hatred aside, I'm torn mostly because I miss Larry Fitz. You do need a wide receiver. But if you could get like insane value and you can get 3 first-round picks too this year, and then you could always trade back up too, I might pull the trigger on the trade. Hector, Tom, how's the trip? Cowboys aren't all in unless they're having a brawl in Wembley. By the way, what do you think of AEW revealing the Punk and Jack Perry fight footage? Trip was amazing. True, and dumb. Because it didn't serve a point. Like, nothing got resolved. Nothing was made better after that. And I think that there's, for some reason, and it's weird, and I get why it exists, because but people are like, oh man, like now AEW is gonna fail. And like, there's people who legit just want AEW to fail. And as just a wrestling fan with no horse in the race who just likes wrestling, bro, I'm ordering AEW's I've ordered every AEW pay-per-view except Forbidden Door because I was away during 30 and 30 since Punk came back. And I have seen some of the best wrestling pay-per-views. Like, I don't watch every single week. I don't have time to watch every single week. But every pay-per-view, regardless if I'm paying attention to storylines, like, I order their pay-per-views because, 1, I'm supporting wrestling, and 2, like, it is a phenomenal product. Their pay-per-views have almost never disappointed me. So, yeah. Like, it's stupid. I didn't like it. It didn't do anything for the company. But, man, like, people who want them to, like, go away, I'm like, it makes everything better. Like, more wrestling is good. It's good. So, hell yeah. Just stop doing stupid things. Like, that's it. Tim, what a Sixer. Became a member because he got me into American football as a European. Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate you. Let's go. Spencer, a turd. We need to get you a bubble wrap suit. No, because I need to live. Jacqueline, despite the travesty at WrestleMania 40, I still vehemently support and acknowledge my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. You've not heard the last from him. Believe that. Still got to acknowledge. Come on now. Come on. Funky Attore, mi gatto! Gatto indeed. Let's see. Else with a fiver. Welcome back. I had the Vikings at the bottom of the division this year. Honestly, hope it happens. I also had the Cowboys in 3rd. Ooh! Vikings I could definitely see. Ooh. In 3rd. That's a little hot take. Ghost to Terror. Cut to Spider-Man 2. He's back headline. Welcome back. How's the trip? Also, NASCAR being in Chicago on the 4th of July. Maybe you could stream that. If I'm around in July, maybe. Maybe. Trip was amazing. Trip was amazing. Oh, I'm going to tell you. Gods with a fire. Don't want AEW to fail. Far from it. They need to do something and it ain't looking good. See, their pay-per-view buys like just came out, right, for Revolution. It was over 180,000. So if you are looking at just the ratings for TV aren't amazing, right? But they legit have some of the best wrestlers in the world, and they're still selling a ton of pay-per-views. So if they wind up going to, like, HBO Max now, at, like, the end of the year, they're going to be just fine. Ben, welcome to the Posse. Appreciate you. How's it? They tour make Cowboys in 3rd next year. Got it. All right, first, cheers. Cheers. Missed you, Allagash. I missed it. Godzilla would have fired Jane Daniels, trying to collusion himself to the Raiders. You'd love to see it as a Raiders fan. Listen, they're trying. Okay. Let me explain to you this vacation. I'm going to go day by day. So Thursday night, go to the airport. You know what? Hold on. We need to talk about that too. Okay. So, as I have said now multiple times, this was my first vacation in 5 years. Was supposed to go after the Super Bowl, got COVID, couldn't go after the Super Bowl. Was going to go last year before with Aaron Rodgers. I was like, oh, they're going to trade Aaron Rodgers. They didn't trade him then until the draft, and then the draft happened, and then I did 30 and 30. No vacation. So for this vacation, I said, you know what? F it. I'm gonna have some new experiences that I've never had before. I've never flown first class before. I literally got the upgrade on like one of the regional jets, and I was like, I got a mimosa. This is amazing. And I was like, this is luxury. So I said, you know what? F it. I'm gonna get, it's an overnight flight. I can never sleep on planes. I know I'm gonna be exhausted. I am going to get a first class ticket. I had the miles. First class ticket. And so, because I bought a first class ticket, they said, oh, you can go to the Delta Lounge. Now, first of all, I've never been in a lounge because I've never flown this kind of first class before. Never been in the lounge. Couldn't even tell you where it is. So I'm walking through JFK and find the lounge. First of all, you ride an escalator up to the lounge. It's not even on the same floor as the gates. So already, classy. And I swear to God, I am not making this up. The air smelled better. It smelled, I don't know if they were pumping full oxygen in there. And I walked in and like there was outlets everywhere. There was a bar where there was complimentary drinks. There was a list that was only complimentary, of course. There was bathrooms. There was showers. And I am looking around. I was like, where am I? Like, this is Wonderland. I have never, and again, I'm sitting there charging my phone, which already, and I'm breathing the air. And I was like, it smells so good up here. Like, what is it? So that was just the first experience. And I was like, okay, this is getting crazy. Now, again, I haven't even gotten on the plane yet. It's just the lounge. Robert, who do you predict wins the AFC East? The Jets should. That's how I'll put it there. Jets should. Joe to fire. 2 early predictions for the AFC North. Ravens players and coaches got poached and gutted. Yeah, not the Steelers. Browns could, depending on how Deshaun Watson plays. I think the defense will be fine, if long as Nick Chubb is okay too. Bengals should be better. I think the Ravens, if Derrick Henry plays the way I think he's going to play in Baltimore, I think the Ravens still have the division, but it's be tough. Dylan, if our biggest WrestleMania pops are Drew winning, Sammy winning, Seth saving Cody from the spear, and seeing the great Tom Grossi on camera. Hey, let's go. Undertaker, come on now. God's tour first class, Tom sold out, RIP Tom Grossi comedy. Exactly. That's right. I have now lived how the other half lives. Just kidding. These pajama pants still have holes in them. Anyway, so lounge, air, really nice. I get on the plane. I cannot eat the meal that is provided. Not vegan. It would have killed me. Didn't want to start that way. But they were like, hey, would you like a sparkling wine? I said, sure. Sparkling wine. Relaxed. I had a few more sparkling wines. And then that seat went all the way down. But it's not even just the seat. They gave me slippers that didn't fit. They gave me headphones that weren't noise canceling, but I appreciated the effort, right? Because I don't even have noise canceling headphones. And they gave me an eye mask. And I was like, you know what? That's pretty nice. And so, I take that back. The people were really, really nice, by the way, of course. And I could only eat a salad, but there was nothing on it. So I brought 2 bowls of salad, and I only got 1 of the vinaigrette. And so at this point, I had already talked to the flight attendants at this point, and I was like kind of messing around with them because I was like, I'm a kid in a candy store. I'm like, this is cool. And so yeah, only 1 vinaigrette came out. And so when he came back around, I looked at him and I said, listen, this is my first time flying first class. And I don't know if you can sense that, or if you just favor some of the other passengers a little bit more, but I only got 1 bottle a vinaigrette and not 2. And he goes, I'm so sorry. Immediately marches back and just like, sir. And I said, thank you. I didn't eat the second salad. But again, it was an amazing time because I was just talking to people. And you could also figure out very quickly that like I don't belong there because I'm like going down. So anyway, that's just there. I slept on a plane for like 2.5 hours, which is a record for me. And I felt fantastic. So that was a great start to the vacation. So I've now touched down in Iceland. Sam, you want to turn? Random questions. What do you think is the most overrated song from an artist you like? Ooh. I'm going to come in with a big take right now. Like, my favorite band is Rise Against. Savior is not their best song. That's their song that, like, blew up and made them, like, super famous before, like, well, this is after, like, Ready to Fall, came off Appeal to Reason. And it wasn't even supposed to be on the album. Tim didn't want it on the album. And they're like, no, we're going to put it on the album. And it became, like, their biggest song. And Savior's great. I love the song. But I think it is a little bit, it is overplayed. A little overrated. Flip side, most underrated song from an artist you like. Figure 9 by Linkin Park. I'll also go with You, Linkin Park, but a little people know about that one more. Yeah, Linkin Park. I talk about Hypertherium, Meteora, Collision Course, Reanimation. Love those albums. But yeah, Figure 9 is really good. Really, really good. And I think it's very, very underrated. Very, very underrated. So yeah. Everything 6 months with the Posse. Let's go, baby. Glad Iceland was a great vacation, Tom. Such an awesome place. Coolest place you visited there? KC3P bound. Went to Vesterhorn, which was, I did not see that the last time I was there. That was pretty damn spectacular. Spectacular. Daniel Attack, thoughts on Packers in Brazil? Felt like they had to be the pick because of the Peacock subscriptions and popularity in Brazil. How do you get front row WrestleMania tickets? Would you do a WrestleMania reaction video? Okay, a lot there. Very happy the Packers are going to Brazil because the amount of Packers fans in Brazil is insane. And I'm so happy for the Brazilian Packers fans. I've talked to many of them over the years, and I'm super duper happy that they're getting this opportunity to see their team. 1. Yes, I agree also about the subscription thing. 2, didn't get front row, but second row, I bought them. Yeah, no, I just bought them off Ticketmaster and cost a good chunk of change. But yeah, no, it was a really cool experience, and super happy that I went. Would I do WrestleMania reaction vids? Well, I did the vlogs, but years that I don't go to WrestleMania, yeah, I would 100% do that. 100%. Yep. Ishi, we're talking about Linkin Park. We've been talking. And now you've become... It's so good. Very good. Okay, back to the story. So, went to pick up the car, which this is a very important part too. Because last time I was in Iceland, got the car, and I told this on the last Q&A, the bumper was falling off, they replaced the car, and it had a chip in the windshield, but it was already marked, but that was marked for the other car. So when I drove around the entire island and came back and treated that car to perfection, they're like, there's a chip in the windshield, you had to pay $1,000, and it was a nightmare. This company I went through this time was so much better. Like, no issues, came with Wi-Fi in the car, it was great. Pick the car up, drive immediately to the Sky Lagoon. Tommy's going into some hot water. Go to Sky Lagoon, super nice, never been there before. Do that, smack the ever-living crap out of my leg, and felt like a little bit of relaxation. I would say a good amount. I paid for the middle experience, which was not the higher-end one. That was just like a private locker room, and I was like, I don't care about that. So did the middle experience, where it was like the ritual. So like you go into like the warm water. I was like, oh, it's so nice. And then you go into a cold like bath for a second, which I was so manly. I only went knees deep, and I was like, nope, I'm good. Then walked into the sauna, and I sweat profusely. That was hot, and I didn't know what to. I've never been in a sauna. I'm gonna make this very clear. Like, I'm like talking about spa things. I have never been to any of those things. Like, that's just never. Not against it, just never did it. So I'm sitting in this sauna, and I was like, looking at the time. It's a little like. Oh my God, like an hourglass of sand that you just like turn over, and it has like 5, 10, 15 on it, but I don't know how long you're supposed to stay in there. So when I thought the sweat was enough, you go into the next thing. Then there's like this salt rub down. So I was taking the salt and I was rubbing it down. It hurt my leg because I just smacked it into a stone wall and there was a cut. Then went into another steam room. Steam room, I guess. Yeah. I sweat more. And that one was really sweaty. And you couldn't see anybody in front of you. It was really foggy in there. But it felt nice. So then there was that. And then you took a shower. And then you went back into like the hot thing. And I'm like, all right. I don't know what. My skin felt nice and soft and like silky. So that was nice. And I was like, okay, this must be what pampering is. And then, yeah, that was cool. Then after that, got food just in Reykjavik. And then, okay. We have to talk about the first place I stayed. Okay. And I will be, if you have been part of this channel for any amount of time, there's no sponsors, none of that stuff. Stayed at this place it was expensive. It was expensive. The reviews were like insane. I definitely did not stay there last time. And like I said, it was treat yourself. First time in 5 years, we're treating ourselves. So I stayed at this place called the Torus Retreat. And it's not a replica, but it's basically like modeled after small Viking houses. And it's in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, really cool reviews. Yeah, all right. I'll spend 2 nights there. We'll see what happens. Outside of your little house is a geothermal tub. Getting there, my phone didn't work, except just I had Wi-Fi, so I had to call them via WhatsApp because the gate wouldn't open. Only one in the hotel. There's no other guests. Nope. Just our reservation, that's it. So, nobody else. So I had that hot tub all to myself. And again, they have like ones outside of like every like row of houses, right? Insanity. Go drive, see Gullfoss, big old waterfall. And earlier in the day, while eating lunch, got an email from Torfus. And they were like, are you going to be joining us for dinner? Because at like all the hotels, there's usually a restaurant. Now, this is not something I really took advantage of last time I was in Iceland, because last time I was in Iceland, just drove to the grocery store and like made a bunch of sandwiches and stuff and like had a dinner every now and then. So I didn't know anything about the restaurant. I didn't know if they could accommodate like vegans. So I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? That was the greatest decision of my life. By far, bar none. Bar none. When I am good, I tell you this story. Let me catch up. Ryan, Tom, hope you had a wonderful vacation. Just wanted to share that I passed my conductor test with a 97. Let's effing go, baby. Let's go. Congrats. 97 too. That crushed it. Drop kicked it. Let's go. Come on now. Maddie, appreciate you. Everyone at Fire, looks like Delta Airlines will come knocking to make her your airline spokesperson. I do like their funny safety videos that are viral. Dude, Delta, no sponsorship. Like, I like flying Delta, but like, I also am not if it isn't Delta, don't give it, don't make me to American Airline. It's a plane that gets me from point A to point B. Whoever gets me there, usually the cheapest wins. That's the reality of it. But we'll see. We'll see. Jonathan, what up, Faye? Boop, brother Kenny. Tom, long time, first time. Heard you talking about music a minute ago. How heavy and how pop do you like your music taste get? Ooh, listen to everything from death metal to bluegrass, so I might have a couple recommendations for you. I appreciate that, Jonathan. I've gotten some really, really, really good recommendations from the community. All right. I mean, heavy. Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, like I'm talking like for metal, then you can go like Slipknot is pretty dope. Metallica, but I feel like Metallica's not like consider really heavy anymore. Sorry. And then pop, it depends. Like I like good, like catchy songs like anybody. But I like the more like kind of like alternative, whether it's rock or whether like Hosier, for example, like Rainbow Kitten Surprise, like those are two that are constantly in there. Like I don't even know if like, would you call Halsey pop? I don't know. Like Halsey has an awesome voice. So yeah, pretty much, a lot of music. It's a wide variety. So yeah, I like it. All right. Torus retreat. So I said yes to this dinner, not knowing what to expect. Go see the waterfall. I was super cold. Was not prepared for that. And then get back to Torfus. By the way, walking into your little house, immediately it smells amazing. Like it smells like an Icelandic winter. And it is just phenomenal. Dryer's done. So I was like, oh, all right, I like this. I like the scent. Get ready for dinner. Go to dinner. Table set, because there's only one table that's occupied in that entire restaurant. They ask, you want to do the wine tasting? And by the way, I'm so sorry. By the way, the restaurant is in a Viking longhouse. There's a Viking like canoe in the middle of the restaurant. Like it's built out of repurposed Austrian wood from like some of their old houses because the owner was like Austrian. Again, uncharted territory here. So they go, do you want the wine pairing? Do you know what wine pairing meant to me before this? I've never done a wine pairing. I have gotten wine with the food that I've eaten, but paired, you're just giving me wine to drink before my food comes. I was so naive. So I said, sure. Wine pairing. Now, the thing about Torfus, there is no menu, which means that the chef makes everything completely and totally see what's going on. They found out the vegan thing, like, I want to say 3 o'clock. I was there 7:30. Okay? So about 4.5 hours. And I know what to expect because I'm going to be very honest with you, and this is not an Iceland thing. Like, usually here, if I go to a restaurant and it's not specifically like a vegan restaurant or like something that's like half and half or something like that, I have many times in my life been given grilled vegetables and they're like, here's your dinner. Like, that's what we can do. And, you know, it is what it is. And you eat your grilled vegetables and hope that they're cooked well. So I didn't know what to expect because that's my experience going out to a lot of restaurants that I've never been to before. Because usually I have to like scope out. I always had to do it for the dairy thing with like, you know, scope out and be like, all right, is there like anything I can eat? Whatever. So that was not the case here at Torfus. Because you got an appetizer, a main, and a dessert made from scratch, literally for the only people in the restaurant, only guests. And the first dish comes out, and I have no idea what to expect. Lux, more week till the draft. Here's hoping since he plays it smart. 10 total picks, perhaps trades on the horizon. Could move up. Alan, 40 months. What's going on, bud? Good to see you. Isaac with a fire. Think about going to my first NFL game, preferably at Gillette. Any tips for seats? Things to get a good experience. Tickets are usually cheaper the closer they get to the actual event. So if you can wait, I recommend it unless you get it for cheap now. That's what I would recommend. And then if you're trying to like splurge and be like, oh, I want to spend like money on like really good tickets, avoid the 50-yard line unless you're up a bit, because the NFL camera just like goes from sideline to side. Like they go from the bench to around like the 35. And if you're like in that range of view, it could be difficult to see. Robert Turk, you ever explore indie rock or synthwave bands? Indie rock, 100%. Yes. Synthwave bands, not so much. Gods with Fire, can't go too cheap with airlines. I did. Won't say the company name, but I guarantee they are Raiders fans. Very uncomfortable flights. You get what you pay for sometimes. Glowners, considering new metal band, try Beast in Black, especially the album's Berserker, which is based on the anime Berserk, and Dark Connection, which has a metal MJ cover. Oh. All right. I appreciate it. Dress to Fire, Tom. Just came the Family Guy skit. More wine, more mutton, more table. Yes. Tim. Tom, met someone at work today who was a Pack fan due to the game versus the Cowboys past postseason. Was asked who she thought may win. She said the green team. Fan ever since. Sound familiar? Yes. Generational trauma shaping the newest generation of Packers fans. Let's go. So, oh no, didn't miss the end of the story. Just wanted to catch up. Got the dryer going off again? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on. All right, let's see. Why are you yelling at me? Come home and the dryer's yelling at me. So sorry. So sorry. Also, 3 minutes until minute 69. Don't forget. Anyway. First course. Chef comes out. Super young dude. Find out later, dude's like 21 years old. Which makes it even worse because of how effing talented he is. And you might say, Tom, you sound angry. And I am. I despise this man because he has ruined food for me forever. And he did this on the beginning of my trip. And he's 21 years old. I'm 33. I might as well be dead. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. So, the first course. The first course. Again, I need to be very clear about something. And if you have watched this channel for a while and you've gotten to know who I am, like, this is this is a new hoodie that I bought, and it has Packers on it, so it doesn't really count. Like, I have clothes that are, the last time I bought clothes was probably like 6 years ago. Kohl's, shout out Kohl's. Yeah, like I don't spend a lot. I usually live pretty frugally. I don't go to like insanely fancy restaurants. I've never been to like a Michelin star restaurant, none of that stuff. So, I always know all the jokes about fancy restaurants that like they give you like these tiny little like portions or something like that, and it's like, "Oh, this is food." I was like, "Okay, whatever." So, the first course is tomato soup. And he already says it, and I was like, oh no. Like, it could be like, oh, this is them. This is for a vegan. Here you go. It's just tomato soup. And it's a bowl, obviously. And there is this like green sauce, which is basically like a basil sauce thing, whatever. It's probably something fancy, I know. And ladies and gentlemen, we have reached minute 69. Nice. Nicotator, Jay, they announced Slay the Spire 2. I did, and I was so effing happy. I like jumped out of my seat when I saw it. I was very happy. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. Okay. So anyway. So there's like this greenish like little layer, like this thin layer of oil. It's like basil. I don't know what it's like basil oil, what have you. And there are Kelsey, 69-minute warning. Nice. There are 3 tomatoes that are just like boop, kind of like in Mickey ears, but like spread out. Just like bam, bam, bam. Right? So it's this thing of green sauce. Bam, 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 3 tomatoes. And I'm looking at this, and he's saying, this is tomato soup. And I was like, oh, this is supposed to be how like the fancy people do it. Like it's an avant-garde way to make tomato soup. And it's just this tiny little like thin layer of like basil sauce and 3 tomatoes. And I was like, oh. And I'm literally gonna pick up my spoon and about to like start eating this and be like, all right, I'm legit in my head. I was like, I'm going to have to like find somewhere else to eat, but I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere. I brought a lot of protein bars because this could have happened to me. I knew this was going to happen. And he pulled like I didn't see him. He had this like craft, like a pitcher, and he pours the tomato soup on top of it. And so like this very like chunky, but very vibrant red like tomato soup gets poured into the bowl, and I was like, oh, it is a good thing that I did not start eating that. So that was the first experience. And the chef is talking about these tomatoes and is talking about like how special these tomatoes are because like there's one thing that's like grown in, there's not many like, you know, produce that's grown in Iceland, but this one place like has found tomatoes, like they're like really, really good. And people drive from like all over, what have you. And he goes, they're made with those tomatoes. And I was like, okay, it's cool. Cause like, again, I was like, I'm not ungrateful, but like, it's tomato soup, right? Like, okay, it's tomato soup. And like, I was talking about soup earlier. And I was like, man, maybe I'll go like when I get home and I'll make like some soup. That's kind of what I was thinking. I put my spoon in. I had a bite. It's like, oh, it's pretty good soup. It's good soup. Now, another thing that you need to know about me is I usually eat for efficiency. And what that means is I need stuff that's like quick. I need stuff like I'll make it. I will spend a good amount of time making it. I will make sure that it's well seasoned. I'll make sure that it tastes good because I like food to taste good. But I usually eat my food within like 5 to 10 minutes. Like, I'm a pretty fast eater because I'm like, okay, like, ooh, that's really good. Yeah, cool. Like, I was hungry. Now I'm not hungry anymore. Have a nice day. So I took the first bite. Pretty good soup. Good soup. It's also hot. And then I took a second spoonful. And I think it might have taken to the third. But I put my spoon down. And I was like, this is really good. Like, this is really good. And I'm sitting there oblivious about what is about to occur to me. And I was like, damn, okay. There's some bread. It was fresh Icelandic bread. We were dipping that soul vision there. Oh. So I finished the soup. And I took my time. Finished the soup. And I sat there. Waiter came over. Only table, so wasn't busy. It's like, how was it? And I was like, how's really good. And then in between courses, oh yeah, there's the wine pairing too. I'm sitting there and I was like, was that the best tomato soup I've ever had? Now, I'm not a huge like tomato soup guy, so that wouldn't be like a really high bar. It's like, oh, it's like some good tomato soup. And then I'm sitting with it, and I was like, no, that like might be one of the best soups I ever had. Okay, all right. It was good soup. Good soup. So then, guy tells me what the next dish is going to be. And it's a cauliflower steak. Now, I've had cauliflower steaks 2 or 3 times before this. And every time I have not liked it. Cauliflower I like, but like you need to do stuff to cauliflower. And in my experiences, and I've gone to like a decently like nice restaurant and I ordered their cauliflower steak that everybody raved about. It was basically like a stalk of cauliflower that like they maybe like threw on the pan for like, here you go. They throw some sauce on top of it and call it a steak. And it's just cauliflower. Like it's not good. Like my experiences with it have not been good. He brings out this cauliflower steak, and I'm already trepidatious because I was like, I don't know if it's going to be really good because, like, cauliflower steak. What's going to be, like, the test is if I can cut through it because a lot of times, like, it's super duper hard because they don't do a lot with it. So, literally, I take the fork, and I looked at him at this point, and I was like, that tomato soup is really, really good. Like, that might have been, like, the best, like, one of the best soups I ever had. And he's just like, oh, okay. He puts this cauliflower steak down, and it is gorgeous. I mean, the sauce is on it, every little thing that's with it. And I was like, okay, it looks pretty good. Okay. Wine. I cut into that, and it's like falls apart as soon as my knife touches it. And I was like, this is going to be the best cauliflower steak I've ever had. And now I feel like I've walked into a trap because I was like, this food is like really good. So I you know what? No, it's a lie. I didn't even take actually, I think I did. I think I took a bite of the cauliflower steak and it had the sauce on it. And it was so effing good. Like it was so delicious that I was like, holy crap. This is one of the best. Never mind. We're not there yet. The things that are on the sides, I don't even remember what was served with it. I think I blacked out. I made sure to get every single piece of it to get a full bite. Oh, I think it was like creamy quinoa or something like that. Like was with it, what have you. And like I took a bite of all of it at once and was like, oh my God. Like this is amazing. Need to share the name of this restaurant, no gatekeeping. I did already. No, it's so that's my point. It's just the Torus retreat, Torus hotel. That's it. There's just one long house and they have a restaurant in there. So like I've never really eaten at a hotel restaurant because that's not something here that it's like, oh, you eat the hotel restaurant. Cause it's kind of like, it just seemed to me like always being a standard restaurant unless it's like some super crazy rich hotel, which I don't stay at. So regardless. So like it was just the restaurant hotel. That was Moosey. And just because they were like, hey, you join us for dinner? I was like, yeah, sure. And that thing was so good. And I'm sitting there. And he walks out and he's like, how is it? And I was like, this is the best cauliflower steak I've ever had. And he's like, haha. I was like, no. Like, this is delicious. Like, I am legitimately taking my time through a meal and like enjoying it. And I'm like, this is night one. The dessert, of course, it was made by hand. It was like a red rose wine sorbet. Asshole. That was delicious. Mixed with something else. I don't even remember what the other thing was. I ate the dessert. It was very good. It probably was the best sorbet I ever had. It was. And I was like, cool. It was an expensive dinner. And I was like, cool. All right. So here's the thing. There's only 2 employees there. Only guests. So not many people. So they're like, are you coming back for dinner tomorrow? I was like, now I am. Yeah. Cause now I need to see. And he goes, all right, it's gonna be something completely different. And I was like, all right, well, that's gonna be a high bar to pass because that was legitimately excellent. Like, and I made sure like he understood. I was like, I'm not like busting your chops. Like, this legitimately was really, really good. And he's like, okay. That piece of garbage. He had all day. This was day. Oh, yeah. And then what I do at night, going into the hot geothermal bath and then going to sleep. That was day one. Day one was the worst day of the trip. It was the worst one. Do you hear how I spoke about it? It was the worst one. And it was that good. This was this vacation. This is what this was. And it was night one. Night one. I am spiteful for a good thing. I am. Because what he did night two. Indiana, Terry, welcome back, Tom. What's your favorite part of Iceland? How do you think the Chiefs will address in the draft? Welcome home. Appreciate you. Wide receiver. Wide receiver again. And then potential O-line, I think, for the Chiefs. Favorite part of Iceland? It's probably some of the hikes I did. Yeah, some of the hikes I did were legitimately magical. So, that one. Sam, you want to fire? Random NFL question. It's the most satisfying way to lose a game and the most frustrating way to win one. Off a penalty, unless it's against the Lions. That's the most frustrating way to win one. Because then everyone just calls it a fluke and it's not fun. And most satisfying way to lose a game is you're a dramatic underdog and you like come within 3. I would say. Around there. Nick, welcome back to Mr. Grossi. We got 5 years worth of refreshment out of it. Love you, brother. I did. Refreshing to the soul. KJ out of fire, listening to your wax poetic on Torus food while having a late lunch of hummus and pita chips. Sigh. Thank you so much for mentioning hummus. Thank you so much for that. And I'm so sorry to do this again. Because ask them, hey, do they have breakfast? And they're like, yeah, we do breakfast. And I said, okay, well, I'm leaving early on Saturday because not to like leave the hotel, but like leave to go to the excursion, did the snorkeling in Silfra, got GoPro footage of it. Can't wait to see what that looks like. Gonna be dope, right? I'll explain the whole day. So he goes, oh, I'll make sandwiches for you to bring. Cause like it's gonna be before breakfast. I was like, oh, that's really nice. Okay, sure. Got it. And it was the bread I ate that night, this hummus, cucumbers, which I'm not a huge fan of, and like just like some peppers and stuff. Right? Nothing crazy. So pack that away, do the snorkel, meet a fan. Shout out Drew, Packers fan from Detroit, was the same tour that I was. He's like, are you Tom Grossi? And I was like, dude, like I'm in Iceland in the back of a van, like getting dressed, like putting a dry suit on. So there you go. Shout out Drew. Reasons to return. Think Green Bay and KC not having wide receiver 1 is setting an example for the rest of the league like the Bills. Ooh. Yeah, because I think it shows you do need to have like usually a good receiver, but if you have like a core and there's no true wide receiver 1, though I would just argue like Travis Kelce would be. Yeah, you could do it via cheap, especially if you're going to be paying O-linemen and especially guards now as they're getting a pay increase. Offenses are going to become more expensive, so teams are going to look to cut costs wherever they can. So, did the snorkeling, was amazing. I had a huge brain freeze for 20 minutes when I touched the water last time, and it was colder this time. Did not get brain freeze. That was great. Amazing footage. Touching tectonic plates, incredible. It's like the cleanest water on earth. Awesome. Walk around National Park a little bit. And then it was time to do literally like my favorite thing. So 7 years ago, I don't even remember what day it was on. Did a hike to go to Iceland's second highest waterfall, which is Gleamer. And 7 years ago, it was just, I heard it was like a pretty challenging hike. Took like an hour and a half, but the waterfall's really cool. And I hiked up there, and legitimately, it was like my favorite hike I had ever done. It was my favorite view for the entire trip. It was just beautiful. It's the one that the short is of saying like, I'm gonna be back. I know I recorded that on day 2. So, stay up there for a few hours. It was just super nice. It was a beautiful day, like perfect weather. And yeah, also did something really dumb because 7 years ago, there's a picture of me sitting right next to the edge of the waterfall because there was like rocks like right in the middle. So basically you climb to the top of this waterfall and it's literally the waterfall next to you. So like if you stepped in, bye. So, but there's like this little rock path and I like sat there and I took a picture and I always really liked that picture. The problem was Gleamer was frozen or at least partially frozen. So at the top of the waterfall, a lot of it was ice and it wasn't like fully running. But I saw rocks and I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go and get this same picture. And I was like, okay, I don't want to be stupid. So like, let me test the ice, and the ice was fine. And then my leg went through the ice and I literally just went full survival mode and flung myself forward, destroyed both of my legs as one of my feet fell through. It was fine, but wound up smashing my legs on rock. But yeah, it was good. Great. Got the picture, got away back. Took a little while. But it was great. So at that point, had to hike down. I didn't die. Had to hike down. I admitted that I was dumb and I didn't do it again. Hike down. Great hike down. Everything's great. But it's going to take 2 hours to get back to the hotel because drove to snorkel and then drove to this, which was further away. And there just are not a ton of roads in Iceland. So it was like 2 main roads that we had to take. So it was going to take like 2 hours. So that being said, I had to email them and be like, hey, I'm going to be late for dinner. Can I push it to like 8:45? I was supposed to be 7:30, but can I push it to 8:45? And they're like, well, we kind of stopped serving dinner like at 8:30, like the full dinner. So, you know, if you can get here by 8:30. And I was like, I just got to get there by 8:30. I got there by 8:30. Got there a little earlier. So I walk into dinner. Now, not the only table this time, because there is a table of 10 who's having like this big fancy dinner, what have you. And I was like, how dare there be people in my hotel that I had all to myself? How dare I? So I'm sitting there and I spot the chef and him and I are like looking, I'm like, all right, what do you got? They're like, are you doing the wine pairing tonight? And I saw the bill from the first night and I said, nope, I think just a glass or two of wine for me is good. So first course comes out and it's 3 carrots. But I have to, I think I have the picture. I think I need to show you. Hold on. I left my phone upstairs. Because I'm going to be very honest with you. Okay? I am not a perfect person. I am wrong a good amount of times. I strutted into that restaurant and I thought that first night was a fluke. Like, I thought that was a really good meal. That was good. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. But basically, there's no way that he's going to, like, make a better meal. Right? So, I made a joke when I got there because they gave us, oh, I didn't even mention this. After I was hiking, I had the sandwich. You know, the cucumbers, the hummus, the bread, just a standard sandwich. It was effing delicious. And I was like, this is a really good sandwich. Son of a bitch. So anyway, I need to find the pictures here. Okay. Oh yes, the dessert. I'm sorry. The dessert, it wasn't just a sorbet the first night. It was a baked pear. such a piece of garbage. It was delicious. Of course it was delicious. Oh, here's the remains of the cauliflower steak. Okay. This is the cauliflower steak, all right? Just to show you, and yes, it's already been eaten a little bit, because I usually don't take pictures of my food, because I just ate it! But this man ruined my life! Anyway. So that was from the first night. So it's the second night, sitting there. Okay. Well, football tour, go Commanders! Thank you, Wildflower, much love. Oh, hey there. We rocking. Okay. When I say carrots, this is what it is. So, it's like breadcrumbs on the top, the sauce, like the glaze. There's 3 different glazes going on in there. There was like, it was holy God. Before we get to the carrot, I made a joke when I walked in. Because I sat there, they gave me the hummus, which was delicious. And these like baked / fried like pita things, whatever. Those, of course, were delicious. So I busted this guy's chops because when he walked in and I was eating the hummus and I was like, because I did it the first night, I was like, these are the best like pita chips I've ever had. And he's like, ha ha ha. And I was like, ha ha ha. I was too cocky. He ain't what I'm fitting! Boop! For the fitting. Welcome back to the States. Officially invading Green Bay in May. There will be no one there because it's May. Current predictions, Bears draft Williams is 7-10 wins. Meaningful games past week 13. Stanley Cups playoffs. Ooh, are here. Yeah. Hockey playoffs, baby. Hockey playoffs. I agree with that. Yeah, around like 7-8 wins. 7-8 wins, I think. 7-8 wins. Good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. So anyway, he brings out these carrots. And I swear to God, he puts the plate down and goes like this. He did. It was a silent. I was just like, oh shit. Like this is already beautiful. So he explains it. Made perfect carrots. You know, picked them from God's anus, whatever. They're the best carrots I've ever had. It was so good. The sauce was incredible. And I'm eating this and I was like, I'm screwed. I am so screwed. Chris, Chef saw Tom as his personal master chef challenge. I don't know if a vegan offended him or hurt him in the past, but if that's why he cooks the way he does, it worked. Because like again, I'm assuming not a ton of vegans are coming through, and so he had one day to think of this. One. Know what they tour? This kid shook Tom more than any NFL team could. Yes, 21 years old. He's like, oh, I'll be 22 soon. God. What have I mastered? I'm 33 years old. I might as well be dead. Anyway. Benjamin, what a fire. Hey, Tom, love your show, your dedication to NFL content. What advice would you have for aspiring creators wanting to make NFL content? Do it because you love it. Buy the cheapest equipment possible. You know, it's an HD camera. You know, it's 1080. You probably get something for under $100 now. Or better yet, use your phone. It's probably going to be better than any camera that you have. Buy a mic if you need just a lav mic, something like that first. If you're just doing it off your phone audio, do it because you love it. And that's it. Be consistent with it. And then just be better. Like, you know, just try and get better with it. And don't do it for money because it takes a very long time to even begin to make $1. Zombie, what round are you drafting the chef in? First round, first overall pick. We'll get there, though. We will get there. So, now I'm a little afraid. That was the appetizer. Comes on out. Do I have a picture of this? Pretty sure I do. No, I have it like eaten. That's the picture. Grossi, Torus chef was so bored until Tom showed up. So he puts down the plate and he goes, "I hope you like mushrooms." I don't like mushrooms. I don't. I do not like mushrooms. Mushrooms for me, personally, have to be cooked in a very specific way. Because if the texture, like, I love putting mushrooms in things, like, smash them up, like, put them in a burger. Absolutely. I could have a mushroom, like, just the texture, like the sliminess, I can't do it. Like that with like the chewy, it's just a weird mouth thing. I'm just not the biggest fan. I can cook the crap out of it. I can make linguine with like fake clams, and I can use mushrooms to do it, and I can get the consistency and taste down pat, and it doesn't taste like mushrooms. So yeah, basically just I want it to be cooked in a way where it's not super slimy. That's it. That's it. The reason I had to say that is because, again, it's got to be done in a certain way. This man puts this dish in front of me. Everything on the plate is mushrooms. It's a big mushroom fillet. It has crispy little mushroom tops. It has this yeast sauce. And he puts it down and says, "I hope you like mushrooms." He explains it. And I was like, I got him. There's no way. It's mushrooms. It's all, like, he served me the one thing that, like, it's going to be good. It's not going to blow me away. It's not going to be like, oh my God, this is the greatest dish I've ever had. Language. It was the greatest fucking dish I ever had. It was the greatest, best meal I have ever eaten. From the I had the first bite and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. I had the second bite and I went to heaven. Folks, I have never talked about food this much in 9 years on YouTube. 9 years. It took me, because I timed it, 25 minutes to go through that dish because I savored every second of it. I was getting sad when I looked at my plate and was like, there's not a lot left. There's not a lot left. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not trying to be like, oh man, like, haha, best meal ever. It's not even close. Like, I like to think that I like have gone to like some nice restaurants, like you know, like just like some night, like have good food and things like that. And you know, my family has a bunch of really good cooks in it. Like I'm not toot my own horn. Like I think I cook pretty well. Not even in the same universe, not on the same timeline, not in the same just plane of existence. This man cooked. So the best part is I ate it. Obviously. Right? He walks up and I was like, okay, I need to like legit let this guy know, because for this to happen to me with food, which like I like food, but again, I eat it more for like efficiency. Like, okay, I'm hungry, I need to eat, I go do this. I like my food to taste good, that's great, but I'm not sitting there savoring every meal. Even if it's really good, I'm just like, oh, this is good, I'm gonna eat more of it. Like, this was the best thing I've ever eaten. And like, I needed to convey that to him. And I was like, I legit need to, like, this was the best meal ever in my life that I have consumed. Like, I can say it hands down. He's like, are you kidding? Are you joking? I was like, no. Like, you're incredible. Like, I just was like, legitimately, I am not joking. This was the best thing I've ever eaten. Ever. 33 years, ever. And it's not even close. So he was like, he was very appreciative of that. It was just, I like needed him to know that. Don't worry, the reviews are going to be great. There was still dessert. There was still dessert. Rapid fire. Could be a Royal Rumble at Ampham. Oh, yeah, Ampham Field in a few years after it has been winterized. That'd be pretty dope. Vikings, number 1. No. Thank you. Welcome. Start with fire. Tom finds a chef who serves great food that didn't try to kill him. Not even once. Not unless it was just like, you have nothing else to live for because you have the greatest food ever. No, at the tour, I wish someone would shake me like he did that too. Like, with food. With mushrooms that I don't like. So now, no, there's no seconds. There was no seconds. So anyway. He brings the dessert out. And again, this is all vegan. So like, for me, it hit even harder because like I used to eat everything except dairy, obviously, for 22 years, right? So like, I know what other food tastes like. Like I know, it's not like, oh, the vegan just haven't had good food in a long time. No. It's not that. This is like back then, all that great stuff. For him to make that, like just, oh yeah, gonna make this today. So he brings it out. It's of course, homemade vegan chocolate mousse. And it was at this point because there was these tiny little strawberries that were also on the plate. And he goes, these strawberries were picked today and flown here. And I looked at him because what? And it was at that point that I went, oh, is this just an, please, if someone is on that tier, I want to know. I really do. Insane with a Fire. It's like that scene from Ratatouille. Yes. There's nostalgia in there. Yes. John, welcome here, Tom. Even McDonald's tastes different. Better food laws. Listen. I was like, is this just like how rich people eat? Legitimately, I was like, oh. Like, is this, because I've never been to, like, this caliber of place, like, where there's a chef, like, catering the menu to you. Like, I was like, oh. Like, is this just what, is this everywhere? Like, I don't know. I don't have the experience. So, like, if you're insanely wealthy, and you're just like, yeah, just, like, food always tastes that good. Damn. Like, okay, I get it. That's nice. But then I was like, okay, hold on. Maybe not. Chris with a Fire. Top experience of 4 seasons. Winter Violin Concerto number 4. Yes. Yes, I did. So. I had a spoonful of the mousse. And it was good. It was definitely good. And I was like, all right. It's good. Got him. Took another bite. This is good. Rachel Terry, so you found the creme restaurant? Yes. I said those exact words. I was like, this is creme. There's mountains. I found it. Imagine that food on vitamins. Imagine, that'd be crazy, huh? Crazy. But legitimately, the third bite, I was like, oh, this is really good. Best dessert I ever had. Best dessert. He comes out, I was like, yep. There was another restaurant, like, a few days later, where there was a moose. Or it wasn't a moose, it was like ice cream. It was like something, what have you. Something in a similar vein. And it just made me sad. Made me long for Torus. So, that was day 2. Arguably the best day of the trip. Because, come here, awesome. And literally the greatest food ever. Like I've ever had. Ever. And like, this is also not like, I just had never had this experience. Like, I've never stayed at like that fancy of a hotel where that experience has happened, where the food literally was like, oh, like I want to get each individual thing on the plate to get a full bite. It's not just like, here's your main and starch or whatever. I should have done the wine pairing the second night. Anyway, so it ruined my life forever. Look, the Macedonian Empire survived Alexander the Great's death. They would have died from this guy's cooking. What if Italy was a World War II ally? Even if they made better Italian food, not as good as this guy. What if Hitler died in World War I? He should never be able to experience this food. What if Russia never sold Alaska? Maybe they have somebody who can make this kind of food. It's cold there too. What if the Habsburg didn't inbreed? Their chins wouldn't be so weird. Cora Terra, my fiance and I are planning to do our honeymoon next year in Iceland. We have added a new destination to our list based on your story. Well done, good sir. Corey? It's expensive. This place, I'm not, like, legit, like, this was treat yourself vacation. It's the most expensive place I've ever been to. Stop yelling at me, dryer. 100%. It was worth it. Like, no sponsor, no anything. Like, it was incredible. So, 2. That was 2. Mr. Tank, just go back. I did a whole Lions thing, like, an hour ago. Robert Day Tour. Tom's story is better than both Rebel Moon films. I heard the second one came out and wasn't better, but I heard it. Gods with a Fire. People, hey, Tom, you have any great sex with beautiful women in Iceland? Oh, much better. I had mushrooms. I still dream about those mushrooms. Artisan with a Fiver. Proposed to my partner, and they said, yes, let's go! Congratulations. Thanks for the laugh and fun over the years. We can listen to and enjoy. Congratulations. I love that. Oh, come on. Haley with a Tour. Caleb Williams, Martin Harrison Jr. possible? I don't think so. I don't think you're going to get that combo. Please, God, no. I don't want that. So, that was 2. That was 2. 2 is arguably, like, one of my favorite. Then, day 3 was incredible. Weather wasn't amazing. It was snowing a bit. Went on this hike after getting lost on a road that I should not have been on. That was very bumpy and rocky. It was not a good road. But it was a long hike, and it was a hike to a thermal river. And so, like, there's a ton of hot springs all throughout Iceland. And it's in this valley that it's a hike. Like, it is a strenuous hike. And this was after doing Glimmer the day before. So, like, my legs were like, oh, okay. And plus, I'm, like, beating the crap out of them every single day. Hold on. You want to see Pangea? I'm gonna have to find an angle that doesn't blind you. I can show you it's a large bruise. Like it's like that big. It's a large Pangea. It is large. Okay, hold on. Obviously. All right. Hold on. I need to find a way to do this in a dignified, respectful manner. I'm not taking off my clothes for money in the internet. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You do you. business. All right. Hold on. Just gonna go in this corner here. There's no way to make this look like I'm not pulling down my pants. Maybe I can. Hold on, these are loose because they're pajama pants. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. All right. I'm sorry for the blindness. That is my upper thigh. The only thing whiter was the snow-capped mountains in Iceland, but it wasn't by much. All right. So, do you see that? Yeah, that was from falling through the ice. That didn't feel good. Then there's the shin one below. But yeah, that one, turn it down. It's too bright. Sorry. But yeah, that hurt. Yep, that one, that's Pangea, baby. That's all continents coming together. But anyway, so thermal river, so super duper hot, like closer to the source, obviously. But then as it goes down river, you could actually bathe in the river. And I mean, besides like swimming in lakes and rivers and stuff, I've never bathed in a river or like sat in a river for the intention of like, oh, this is super warm and nice. So got to the thermal river, literally like walking on rocks. It's a river, and just found a spot where you could be like mostly submerged and just like laid there, had a rock pillow, and just like the sound of the water. And it was pretty quiet. There's like a stillness in Iceland, which is so nice. And you just hear like the water running. The water's warm. Like, it was perfect. Like, I was just like closing my eyes and just like listening to the river. And I was like, this is so peaceful. So nice. The dinner that night was fine. There's nothing to write home. There's never going to be a mention of the dinner again because that was it. It peaked after the first one, but it was it was just like really relaxing and really nice. So that was awesome. Day 4 was a lot of sightseeing. So that was just driving like down like the south coast. Saw Vesterhorn, which was a mountain. Went to the Black Sand Beach, Diamond Beach, Glacier Lagoon. That was a busy day. A lot of driving. And then, Vesterhorn was just beautiful. It was so cool looking. And you just like walk across black sand to like go see it. And then that night, stayed at a hotel that I actually stayed in last time when I was in Iceland. And I'm chilling in the hot tub. Hold on. It's the Tom Grossi Hero Edition story. I don't want to say hero, but you know. Gods with fire, my eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the bruise. Oh. Nick with a tour. The beacons are lit. Condor calls for aid. See, Matt, thanks for the tour. Appreciate you. It's true. So, sitting in the hot tub, there is this one like silver wispy cloud. And I like see it and I'm like, cloud looks a little sus. Every now and then, like checking on it. And I'm looking at it and I was like, yeah, I think that's going to turn into Aurora Borealis. Sure enough, a few minutes later, turns to Aurora Borealis. And there's a couple in the hot tub. And I was like, hey, yo, whoop, Northern Lights, if you want to see them, they go nuts, get their cameras. I go through the hotel lobby person, just sitting there, because they have a wake-up call at a bunch of hotels, like for the Northern Lights, in case you want to see them. So I walked upstairs and told the manager, I was like, hey, just letting you know, Northern Lights outside. She goes, they are? I go, yeah. Woke up everybody in the hotel with the Northern Lights call. All of a sudden outside, Northern Lights. Who saw him first? Tom Grossi. Just Tom Grossi. So, should have got comped a free beer. That's what I was arguing. Anyway, so saw the Northern Lights, which were cool. They weren't super strong that night. They come out really strong on the camera if you use night mode. Hot tip, if you ever want to see the Northern Lights on your phone, use night mode. They actually come out. But yeah, so they were really cool. It was nice to see them again too. I saw them once 7 years ago. So that was really cool. Really enjoyed that. Because it's also just like an experience that not many get to See. So, see, Matt, Tom Chef's definitely a Vikings fan and was trying to bring you to the dark side. Yeah. 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 Exactly, Ryan. Exactly. So, after that, day 5 was an early morning because day 5 was a 5.5 hour glacier hike with the ice cave as well. So last time, this is a little sad news. Pour one out. So last time, so there's been like a whole bunch of movies filmed in Iceland, like Interstellar is one of them. I really like Interstellar. And there's like the movie glacier that they film on all the time. And it's kind of just like this, I don't want to say valley because valley's the wrong word. Basically, it's like a series of mountains, big glaciers that are just like side by side by side. And there's a whole bunch of mountains and stuff like that. So what wound up happening was the one I went on 7 years ago, they don't hike it anymore. They don't bring tours there anymore because it is melted so quickly at the top and the bottom. And I think they said in 2017, like probably close to when I was there, because it happened that year, a shepherd found a huge crack at the top. And so now it's like a huge landslide hazard. And so, yeah, it melted too much. And now, so yeah, I had to go to a different glacier. Gods with Terror, wish I could trade trips with you. Mine kind of sucked. Hoover Dam was cool. Joshua Tree Forest was very cool. LV was very overrated. Food in Cali was black, except for the phenomenal Mexican night day 3. I heard Joshua Tree Forest is dope. I have never been. I heard Hoover Dam is also pretty cool. Yeah, Vegas, it is a bit overrated. It is, in my opinion. So going on this glacier hike, it was so cool. You just hike across the entire glacier, and then you tie in to the side and like climb down, go into the ice cave, which is just the glacier underneath. So like there's a river running through it because there's a waterfall above there. And so you can only go so deep. And if it like floods too much, obviously you have to get out. So yeah, I was just like going down and like getting the views from inside the ice cave. That was super duper cool. I've never been inside an ice cave before. That was a long day. Then went into a canyon after that. And then another restaurant where their burger was amazing. Their vegan burger was so good. And arguably was probably close to the second best food. Not in Torus, which was funny, but Thomas! Shout out to Andrea and her amazing GCU crochet commissions. Oh, come on now. Wildflower and Captain Finn Oakley turned out perfect. 10 out of 10. Please support her. Let's go. Yes, 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 and yes. Iceland with day 5. Got back driving 2 hours to a different state. Had to go to 3 stores, but I finally found Allagash White. I hope it was worth it. Wow. Okay, that is a lot of pressure as I pour this Allagash White. Okay. All right. Just give it to me straight. Let me know. Let me know if you like it. I love it. I do. So, yeah, Andrew does crush it though. Yeah, that was a really cool day. And then the next day was supposed to, okay. So then there is this other thing. So there is an active volcano right now in Iceland. It's going on for a bit now. And Grindavik, the town, like they've been evacuated. They've been out for a while. Near Grindavik and near the eruption is the volcano. So, I'm sorry, is the Blue Lagoon. And I've never been to the Blue Lagoon before because like I went to the natural ones this last time. And I had heard that like the Blue Lagoon was like super expensive, but they have there's this place that's a little bit older called the Silica Hotel, which was a lot cheaper. And it was like people online were like, it's nicer. So I was like, oh, okay. Why not? If I can. And so I actually wound up booking it. And I got it and like the air was fine. So that was all good. And so I wanted to do a helicopter ride. I think I was in a helicopter maybe a time or two when I was a kid, like for something. I don't remember what it was. I just have like kind of a remembrance of a helicopter, but I've never been in a helicopter after that. So I was like, when am I ever going to see an active volcano? So I booked it to like go see the active volcano, and it got canceled that day. The weather was really bad. There was like bad traffic. There was an accident on one of the bridges, and that just turned into a spa day, which was after just like hiking was so effing nice. So that was spa day. That was a treat yourself day. That was super cool. Spent a lot of time, and there was a point where I was like the only person in like there's the Blue Lagoon, which I didn't go to, but then there's the Silica Lagoon, which is its own one. Yeah, there was no other guests. It just in the Lagoon. So that was pretty dope. Robert Turk, Batman Begins, and Prometheus were filmed in Iceland. True story. So yeah, that was really, really cool. So yeah, got to enjoy that. Kind of just floating for a while. They had noodles. It was dope. I could take 2 because there was no one else. So then, went to dinner. Dinner was solid. The dinner, like the actual main course, was actually very good. It was very, very good. And then the last full day, was in Reykjavik. And that turned out to be a really, really nice day. Because we were supposed to do the helicopter in the morning. Didn't work out. Wound up happening at like 1:30. And that was incredible. Saw an active volcano. Landed on a mountain. Not been in a helicopter. Like, that was just dope as hell. So that was really cool. Never had that experience. And then walked around Reykjavik and had ice cream, dinner, and now here I am. So yeah, it was pretty good. Nope, with a fiver. Watch Goot trade for a Buddha Baker on draft night. That'd be funny. I don't think he'll do it, but it'd be funny. So yeah, it was a trip. Gods with a fire. Speaking of Rebel Moon, I downloaded it and watched it on the flight there, and it was horrible. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Come on, Jeremy. So sorry. But yeah, it was the best thing. Like, it was exactly what I needed. I really wasn't on my phone. You know, I saw like some things break, and I was like, okay, whatever. You know, it was awesome. So yeah, it was great. It was great to get away for a bit. I'm super excited for the draft. And of course, on Thursday, the announcement. I'm super excited. It's going to be dope. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of work on that. So, a lot going on. But Thursday at night 1 of the draft, I announce what's going on this summer. Jonathan, what up, Benny? Whoop! For the K. Can't tell you how happy I was to see my name read. I've been watching since 2017. For Rex on the the pop rock side, Home Team is great. On the heavy side, Polaris is dope. The metalcore these days is using Slipknot era metal licks. Ooh. Polaris I've heard of before. The Home Team I have not. I've never heard of them before. Usually I see some names and I'm like, oh, all right. Home Team. Okay. All right. Brag. All right. I'll check them out. Thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate you. Thank you. Watched this 2017. Oh, basically an OG now. Come on, I was in Iceland 7 years ago, so hell yeah. Let's go. Appreciate you. Meet you at Terrence. Finished my second semester of teaching observations. More convinced now that when I started that I wanted to be a high school teacher. Can't wait to have my own classroom. Let's go. Listen, we need great teachers. I know that's ironic for someone who left teaching, but you know, I just hope that the powers that be see the importance of the job. One day. Mm-hmm. Mock draft for the whole draft? I'll probably do one. Yeah. I'll probably do one. Yeah, I had the draft content come out, did the mock stuff, did prospects, did there'll be plenty of draft content coming this week. It'll be awesome. It will be awesome. How long from now will your next vacation be? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think the earliest it could be is like maybe July, something like that. But we'll see. We got a lot of work to do, especially this week and then this next month or so. It's gonna get crazy. God's Fire. Tom's announcement prediction. Tom's Packer Phantom has been traded to the Vikings for a 7th rounder and a can of Skull tobacco. Never. Though, start talking about that chef. Maybe I won't say as many terrible things about the Vikings. So, shame. New Zealand the next vacation? Probably not. No. Probably not going to be New Zealand. Just because, again, it's going to take like 2 weeks to go there. I also spent like money on this vacation, so I need to start saving. I need to save up for a new one. Andrea Tur, thoughts on Hosier's EP? Ooh, I like 2 of the songs out of it. Was that oh my god. It's not sweet like whiskey. Oh my god, what is it? Too Sweet. Too Sweet. I like Too Sweet, and then Empire now like is really, really good. I like both of those. The other ones were kind of meh for me. Janine, welcome home. Glad you had an awesome time. Did you go by yourself? April break started today, and Chris and I are exhausted. Wait, April break started today? Isn't that late? Too Sweet is awesome. What? I thought it was around Easter. No, damn. Wait, so Janine, are you and Chrissy doing anything, or is it just like sleep and recouping? Because God, that sounds God, all right, so that's late this year. Damn. Ugh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Nay. Dominic, I appreciate that. I appreciate you telling him. Gillette for the next vacation. Terry with a fire. Packers trade their first round pick for the chef. No, because I no, unless I have the pick, which by the way, I saw the Bills owner saying selling 25% of the team. I think Brandon Perna should buy him. Because 1, it's not my money. 2, Brandon always talks about how much he loves the Bills. How much he believes in them. Josh Allen. I think Brandon Perna should buy the Bills. Lana Matur, see any Vikings in Iceland or elves? There's a lot of Vikings. There's like a lot of Vikings memorabilia. Also, did I bring home candles, soap, and a diffuser? Because it's the same scent and brand, which pictures were taken that were in the hut at Torfus. Yes. I also think I want to every time take a bite of food, just sniff the candle and then bite it, and hopefully maybe I can go back to that moment where the food was at least 1/16 as good. So that's it. Yeah, sorry. Perna is going to be the new owner. Sorry. I don't make the rules. I'll make the rules. And Austin at a fire. I think the Lions' uniforms are beautiful, especially the block numbers. Block numbers look so much better. No, their unis are really, really nice. I like them a lot. I won't eat the candle. Maybe just a little bit. Jason, saw your how a vid is made. News happens 5 minutes ago. I'm late. And Wildflower, why am I here? I mean, it's true. It's true. I wanted to make that video for a while. So, okay. Oh, we feeling great, Connor. We feeling great. We're rocking. Woo. Gee, we are sleeping and recouping. Gonna try and catch up on paperwork, though I'm not sure that's ever possible. Yep. That sounds like break for a teacher. It's just like, oh, I get to relax like a little bit. Still got to do grading or paperwork or, yep. I hope it is a restful break. I hope it is. You'll actively be a fan of Perna. Perna's going to show up to every game now. That's it. God's a tour. Maybe the Iceland chef can teach Russ how to cook. If Russell Wilson threw half as well as that man could cook, he'd still be with the Broncos. Will be. Yeah, exactly, Terry. You can never question why Wildflower is anywhere. You can't. All right, folks. I need to sleep because I'm tired. I appreciate the heck out of you. I miss doing this, and I'll see you a ton next week because it's going to get crazy. Ben, 1.5 years. The only things I wish for is that we get to make fun of the Bears more. Bears still suck. They suck forever. I got you, Ben. I got you. Send that sand next week. Rachel might be in a couple weeks. Just give me some time because next week is draft week, so might be the week after that. But folks, I'll see you a whole bunch. I'll be streaming like every single day next week, so I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. It's good to be back. I'm Tom Grossi, and as always, go back, go. Let's go. Janine got to recover for that IEP season. I know it. Max went through it too.